Hello, I'm Jayda Elise, and this is T.M.I, an informative news show that reports on social topics around the world. Our first story today is about a Minnesota man who is running for senator in the November election. That sounds normal enough until you hear that he is also serving a life sentence for double homicide. Leonard Richards is serving life without parole for the murder of Mae Wilson in 1982, his half-sister, and his attorney Robert Stratton in 1987. Sources say he previously ran for a seat on the U.S. Senate in 1994, accumulating over 4,000 votes. The twice convicted Minnesota native is serving his sentence without parole, but that doesn't seem to discourage Richards from running for a seat in office. The only requirements needed to qualify to be on the ballot is that you live in the state of election on election day, and you must be a certain age. It's somewhat disturbing that so little requirements are needed to have such an important seat of power in state. For those who do not exactly know the duties of a senator and what they enlist, the creating of state laws, regulations, and the passing of bills, just to name a few. In any case, it makes one wonder how easy it would be to become senator in your own hometown. When you hear the word slavery, it usually brings up a past filled with aggression, racism, and ignorance. Sadly, that is the history of America. What's even more sadder is that there are people in the world who are still dealing with slavery at this very moment. Across seas, you would find that human trafficking and slave labor is not just a thing of the past. From child laborers, bonded workers, sex slaves, and forced marriages, slavery is still in effect in these countries. People are still being bought, sold, and traded in places like India, Russia, China, and parts of Africa. The number of people in forced servitude range between 20 to 70 million people across the globe. Now, slavery is usually seen in low economic places. Some are the same places that are also seen to be doing the most enslaved trading. The places that have the highest human trafficking rate also seem to directly benefit from the use of slaves. Certain countries like the U.S. and Sweden and Australia have taken action against illegal slave acts by cracking down on the illegal facilities that are linked to the trafficking channels, as well as reinforcing the trafficking laws themselves. But to think that something that seems so past tense to us is someone's reality right now. It concerns me with the question of the future. Will this be something of the normal in the society again? We heard about Barbecue Becky and Permit Patty, two women who have gone viral for calling the police on African Americans for doing just mundane activities. The same will be said for 18-year-old Jaquan Faulkner of Minneapolis, who started up his own small business in the form of Mr. Faulkner's old-fashioned hot dogs 2 summers ago. The Minneapolis Health Department got a call from a concerned resident in regards to Jaquan's license and permit. Well, this is where the story takes a heartfelt turn. Instead of crushing Jaquan's entrepreneur spirit and the health department not only paid for his permit, but also got him on the right track with advice from Northside Economic Opportunity Networks, also known as NEON, on how to make his business more successful. Jaquan runs 90% of Mr. Faulkner's old-fashioned hot dogs and is hoping to stay in business during the school year, with the help of his uncle, of course. We're proud of you, Jaquan. Good job. Did you like the reports? T.M.I will continue to report on a weekly basis with more lengthy and informative social news. Make sure you check out our next episode where we will be reporting on LeBron James opening his own public school, as well as reporting on why WNBA players aren't getting the same pay rates as their male counterparts in the NBA. I also will be doing a book review on Travis Bradberry and Gene Greaves' book Emotional Intelligence 2.0, an enlightening book that will help you in today's fast-paced world, as well as offer you a free emotional intelligence test. Be sure to check out these reports and review our next episode of TMI only on Helluva. I'm your host, Jayda Elise. Take care.